Hey, what's going on, guys? This is George, the creator and founder of the Trump Rocks NFT project. One of my friends was asking me some questions about, like, when is it a good time to buy crypto? And what can I use to know, what's something simple that I can use to know when is a good time to buy crypto? And so I thought about his question for a little bit, and this question would apply to NFTs and crypto as well. And I thought about this Fear Greed Index. So this is on this site, lookintobitcoin.com, and it has a lot of cool metrics on it, and we can go over a little of those, some of those later on. But one of them that's really cool is this Fear Greed Index. So basically, like today, which is January 8th, 2024, the market is leaning more toward greed. And so Bitcoin is at a higher than its usual in its cycle right now. Markets are looking strong, so people are feeling a little more greedy. So that gives you a good idea that, now I'm not saying it's like a bad time to get into crypto or a good time to get into crypto, but it gives you a good idea of how people are feeling right now. Um, so normally when there's a high fear, you see the opposite. So you see that there was like a massive crash or something happened in crypto, and so you see a lot of fear. So that definitely is a good time to buy. As you go up and you get toward higher greed levels, that indicates it's never going to tell you completely where the top is, but what it does tell you is how the markets are feeling, right? So maybe you do want to sell on a day when it's um, uh, the greed is really high and the fear is really low. So let's just look at this chart. This is the same sentiment. So this is this sentiment put into this chart over time, right? And as you can see, like whenever there's a big crash, this is using the Bitcoin price. Whenever there's a big crash, you see high levels of fear, right? And then as things improve, they start to get greedier, 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 and greedier. And then you see things get really green, and then you start seeing fear appear and appear and appear, and then big crash, you see high levels of fear. Again, growing up, lots of greed, coming down, lots of fear. So, one thing you can take away from this is that when you see lots of fear, hey, maybe it's a good time to buy. And you're not going to get a moment, you're never going to know, say you're in uh, mid 2020 and you see this, you never know if it's going to go lower, if the fear is going to go lower. We started with fear here, we got fear down here. You don't know if it's going to increase or not. But looking back on this, right, what it does indicate is like, well, if you made your purchase in fearful times, like right here between 2022 and 2023, huh, well, it looks like you would be in profit with Bitcoin at least, right? So not that's not always going to be the case, right? You have fear over here, and then you end up, having higher levels of greed over here. So it's not a perfect metric, but it is a pretty good metric. So how would this relate to the NFT market? Well, NFTs you'll normally see take off when there is high level of greed. So that's when you know that, hey, maybe it's not such a good time to buy NFTs when you start seeing high levels of greed. Um, but maybe it's a good time to buy NFTs again when there's high levels of fear, or um, in the case of NFTs, probably somewhere in this mid yellow green area. So that indicates that there's projects being made, um, there's NFTs being published, but they haven't. The crypto market hasn't heated up all the way yet. So that's probably when you want to start looking at NFTs. I mean, ideally, you would want to look at them when they're as cheap as possible, but you never know. You never know. So this is one metric you can use to help you in deciding, when you want to purchase crypto, um, when you want to purchase other crypto assets like NFTs, or Bitcoin, Ethereum, altcoins, whatever you choose. It's just an overall market indicator. All right, that's all. Take care, guys.